Om Vasudevasutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. So we are discussing since almost 42 weeks the concept of karma, various aspects of this concept. This is important because whether you are religious minded or whether you are a spiritual person or not, we continuously perform action, we continuously do action. Action is any kind of physical or mental activity which we undertake for a purpose, to fulfill a purpose, to fulfill a desire. That's why the mental action performed by the mind only, also leaves a mark on ourself. On ourself means that changes our attitude, that changes our behavior, that changes our way of thinking. They make us either better or worse. That is karma. But is there any way to be free from that? One side it is said that you cannot live without karma. You must do karma. Even to survive, you must do karma. Without action, you cannot survive. Now, action is either good action or a bad action. Even if you do purposefully good action, it has its result which you have to undergo in terms of pleasure. Bad karma, result of this, you undergo misery. So how to be free? Either my karma is good or not good. Good also problem, bad also problem. Again, there is one basic misunderstanding in the minds of most of the people, is that if I do good karma, the result of my bad karma will be washed away. It doesn't go. How to say? An example. You know, when you type a sentence in computer, every word takes a byte, takes a place. When you hit the space bar, that also is considered as one syllable. This you will come to know when earlier used to be there that maximum 216 letters you can type in a message. So when you hit the space bar, that also is added into it. Why I give this example? Which is apparently is not an action, but it is considered an action. Good action you do, it has a good result. Bad action you do, it has a bad result. The bad results binds you, good result also binds you. If bad result is a chain, good result is not a key to open the chain. Good result is a golden chain. You put on golden chain is not the removal of an iron chain. Good or bad, action always binds you. Then how to be free from that? The key word to be free from the effect of karma is detachment. Detachment is everything. Examples are given. Lotus leaf lives in the water, grows in the water, but the water cannot touch it. A mudfish lives in the mud, but mud doesn't touch its body. These are the examples given. So you perform the action, but the result of action doesn't touches you. The result of your action doesn't affect you. When? Otherwise, there is no way to be free from this Maya, this clutches of action. So there are 3 shlokas which gives this idea that you practice detachment, and even if you perform action, the result of action will not bind you. Tyaktava sarva phala sangam. Sangha in general is company, but technically in Bhagavad Gita, Sangha means attachment or the result of karma, or desire for karma, desire for the result of karma. Tyaktva sarva phala sangam nityatripto nirashraya karmani abhipravittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Sri Krishna says, I incessantly do work, but I am not bound by it. Result is this. He says in one place, there is nothing which I need to achieve to feel fulfilled or complete. The reason behind our karma is this. Desire is coming in me. Why we want to fulfill that desire? If I get that thing, I feel fulfilled. If I get that, then I will be happy. Till then I am not happy. Hankering continues. When I get that, now I feel I am happy. After that you are hankering for another object. You try to fulfill that desire. Until it comes, I am not happy. From a smallest of our action to the biggest of the action which you see around you in the world. If this I do, it's okay. One country feels, if I make other country weak, everything will be okay. And this is going on for centuries. It's very, very difficult because it's a complex subject. And those who are responsible, everybody is not spiritual minded. Everybody doesn't want the spiritual goal to be achieved. They have their own desires. They put forward one reason. Original reason is within. So, even if person is fully engaged in performing action, but still action doesn't bind him, as if he doesn't do anything. You must have heard this story. Vyasadeva comes to Vrindavan and told, I am very hungry. So the village people offered the milk or curd and butter and whatnot. He ate it. Then said, now I want to cross Yamuna. He stood in front of Yamuna river and said, if I have not taken any food from anybody, O river, give me the way. And the river divided and Vyasa went. People are looking, just now he ate, full stomach. But he says, if I have not eaten anything, then the river will give me the way, and river gives the way. So he was asked, did you not take anything? He said, no, I did not take anything. But we all saw that you took. This seems to be joke. Karma is that where you have a feeling, a notion of agentship, that I am doing karma. If you don't have that agentship, if you don't have that kartritva buddhi, sense of the doer of the action, if you do not have, that karma doesn't bind you. Then is how it can be done. I am doing, I am now speaking. How to say I am not speaking? You are hearing, how to say you are not hearing? Vyasadeva ate milk, etc., drank milk, etc. Then he says, I have not taken anything. How both can happen together? How doing and not doing can exist together? We all are doing certain activities where we don't have the agentship. You don't have even feeling that you are doing that, but you do it. You are invited for a dinner, nice food, so you ate sumptuous dinner, went back home and slept. Morning, do you have this feeling that whole night I was busy in digesting my food? No. You slept and you woke up. Who digested food? Nobody else. Nobody else in your household, no neighbor, no government, nobody digested food for you. You digested. But you don't have that notion that you have digested food. About that action, you say always objectively, Doctor, I have some indigestion. If you would have digested, you would have digested. There is no question of indigestion comes. But you have no notion of doing that. There is something called reflex action. You know, after certain age, every year you have to go to the licensing authority to renew your license. Every year you have to go. Why? They check your reflex. Reflex cannot be taught. If I am driving on the road, if the front vehicle is 10 meters away, hopefully 10 meters, if my calculation is correct, I am going by this speed, suddenly that vehicle stops or reduces the speed, how much brake I should press that my vehicle doesn't go and collide? There is no mathematics taught anywhere in any driving school. It depends on your reflex. All the drivers know. Those who drive, everybody knows. You keep on pressing accelerator and brake and maintain this distance between front vehicle and yourself. How much to press? Nobody teaches you. It's a reflex. A person wanted to learn driving. So the instructor says, this is accelerator, this is brake. Right, nowadays clutch is not there. Earlier clutch also was there. And it was night time. So the learner, the student says, Sir, why they don't provide a light below? I'm not able to see. It is too dark. Which is the accelerator and which is brake? The instructor said there won't be any light. If this much you cannot understand, you don't need to learn driving. Reflex is something which comes naturally. You do not do it. Your body just responds to it. Whatever busy you are, if there is an ant or a mosquito or something, immediately your hand will go there. You don't need to study and then concentrate and take your hand and put it here. No, reflex, immediately it goes. The work where there is no agentship of doing work, that karma is not your karma and you are not bound by that action. There is a state of mind. You can't act it. It has to come to you. There is a state of mind where your mind is not at all attached for any work the body is performing. You do not have even sense that you are doing that. One, as Sri Ramakrishna puts it, this type of person who has developed detachment, even if he perform action, karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti sa, he is not aware about the action. The beauty is, if it is so, he doesn't perform any negative action automatically. Why? Because it's a spiritual state. And spirituality is based on morality. An immoral person cannot become spiritual. Kathopanishad, there is a sloka, na avirata duscharitat, na ashanto, na asamahitah. That's why morality is this basis of spirituality. You can keep on doing spiritual practice. It will not go in vain. But with that you need to practice morality. You cannot be immoral and then superstructure of spirituality can be built on that. You cannot do that. Can you go to secondary school without passing the primary? You cannot. So, detachment is one. If that is there, even if you perform action, the result of action will not touch you. Nirashi. Some words are there which we use in our colloquial mother tongue. One word is asha, expectation. One is iha, that is desire. But you don't use that word in that sense. If you tell somebody, I don't know in southern languages, but in all the North Indian language and dialect, if you say that person is a niriha person, immediately we understand he is an innocent person. Niriha is innocent. Actually no. Niriha is a person without desire. Innocent or a timid person may not be desireless person. So nirashi, who doesn't expect? What to expect? Expect anything. Anything result of your action. That state is difficult to achieve, is not that easy, but can be practiced. You may practice consciously. Okay, I am doing this. Actually, I am not looking for any benefit out of it. I am a volunteer. I am not paid. I am not expecting anything. I am not expecting any favor from anyone. As we do that one, that whole thing can be internalized. That not expecting anything out of your action. When mother looks after her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days old child, mother doesn't expect thank you from the child. You just do it. You do out of love. You do out of attachment. But there is no expectation. Though it is said that mother's love is one of the purest love because there is no expectation. Though when your son or a daughter becomes adult, you must start expecting. The more you expect, more difficult days are there in front of you. Oh, you will look after us and this and that. Nowadays it doesn't happen. So, not expecting yata chitta atma, controlled mind and senses, tyakta sarva parigraha, renouncing all sense of accumulation. There are two words which you may find in many places: yoga and kshema. Those who are connected with India, we have one of the most popular insurance company called life insurance, LIC. In LIC's motto, it is written, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, taken from Bhagavad Gita. What is that yoga and kshema? Yoga is to accumulate what you don't have. Kshema is to protect what you have. Yoga and kshema are these two differences. I do not have something, I collect and keep with me. Then I protect it. That is called yoga and kshema. This person should be free mentally from any kind of accumulation. What is accumulation? Sri Ramakrishna says, human being, you have your fixed deposit, you have some food stock at your home. Immediately when there is crisis, you say, hey, keep some more stock in the house so that next 1 month we can manage. Especially in institution we do that. So many children are there to look after. Okay, if nothing is there, 25-30 kilo potatoes buy and keep. At a few days we can survive. That is accumulation. Sri Ramakrishna says, bird and a monk, they do not accumulate. Have you seen any bird storing this for storage? Any season, any condition, every day the bird will go out, collect the food and feed the children. There is no accumulation. One who is on the path of God, we have two roles to play. One, looking after the organization, and one is my personal life. In personal life, I should not have accumulation. Whatever comes, I will eat. But organization is your duty. You will not believe. It must be in 1970s. Our state of mind also was better than what it is today. Could be. When many heads of the different centers of India came together, so we had a President Swamiji called Swami Gambhiranandaji. He, while addressing the heads of the Indian centers, told, may I request all of you to accumulate little money for your ashrama? Because there was a time, till 1970s, yes, many centers were waiting. In the first week of every month, some people used to send donation by money order. They used to wait for that money to come, because there was no activity where you get rental or this and that. That income was not there. In Holy Mother's life, you will find certain incidents. Once a devotee came and saw Mother was sitting outside the home. Mother, why you are sitting? No, today is the 2nd of the month. So and so is going to send 2 rupees from one place. Money order will come. When money order will come, I will go and buy milk. Can you believe that? In late 80s, where I stayed for 3 years, that ashram, that center, we had a great Swami, Swami Ijjanandaji, was disciple of Swami Vijnanananda, disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Temple construction is going on. So the Swami who looks after accounts and says, Swamiji, there is no money in bank, minimum 500 rupees, what you see, that is only there, nothing to withdraw. And temple construction is going on. We are supposed to put the concrete on the roof. We require at least 2 lakhs rupees or 3 lakhs rupees. The Swami was in his office. He smiled and told, let us see. Sri Ramakrishna used to use one word for Holy Mother. Sri Ramakrishna had a nephew called Ramlal. So Holy Mother became paternal aunt of Ramlal. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Ramlal's auntie, like that he used to address. So the Swami used that word and says, let us see. The post will come afternoon. Maybe somebody will send some donation. Let us see what Ramlal's auntie does. দেখা যাক রামলালের খুড়ি কি করে। The people who used to help in construction and collection of money said, Maharaj, we must go proactively to go and collect money. It's okay, take a cup of tea and all of you go if you can get some money. That type of dependence used to be there. Few things are there which generally you do not find us speaking in public, but I am telling because it is good to know. When I was posted under that Swamiji, he was 80 plus at that time. And I was fortunate to stay hardly for 2 months with him. After that he passed away. So when I came to assist him, he told me, understand all the fixed deposit and all that from the previous Swami who is outgoing, because you are supposed to look after the office. And believe me, it was 1998, such a huge center, we had fixed deposit of 7 lakhs. What is 7 lakhs for a big organization? So I went and told, Swamiji, where are other fixed deposits, receipts? He said, no, everything is that only. I said, but that is 7 lakhs. The interest doesn't cover even 1 week of your expenditure. Then he gave a big smile and told me, now at least you will be with me when people criticize that Ijjananda is very miserly Swami. Then I was very young, 30 years before. So I told Swami, should I go and do some collection from devotees and all that? And the statement which he gave me shows that spirit of olden time. You don't need to beg money to enjoy money. You are a monk. Let devotees give whatever is there, you eat out of that. And really we have seen the days, not very far, just 25, 30 years before. What you call, in Tamil there's a kesari, rava, halwa. Think that in that suji halwa there is no ghee and there is hardly any sugar. So it is suji boiled in water with little sugar given on that. Many days our breakfast used to be previous night dinner. Whatever is left over, we keep, and morning we eat again. Not very far away, just few years before. But probably there was more happiness in those days than happiness with many things around us. So he says here, Tyakta Sarva Parigraha. Once one foreign Swami doesn't mean one who stays in a foreign country than in outside India, but a person who is born outside India, an American Swami. So we were discussing something, so spiritual and materialistic and spiritualistic ideas. So he says, Swamiji, with due respect, you don't understand what is materialistic attitude. I said, I know. Money is everything for them, enjoyment is everything out there. He said, no. You think having 2 pairs of shoes or slippers is a luxury. Materialistic attitude is that when the things which were supposed to be your use, a time comes when those things start using you. How? Forgive me if you are one of them. You have 50 pairs of shoes and you spend time in maintaining those shoes, cleaning this and that and all that. Shoes are supposed to protect your feet. Now that shoes is consuming your time. Same thing goes with everything which we accumulate. We go to sometimes some devotee's house, anywhere. I saw not less than, how many? I don't even remember. Not less than 500, 1000 DVDs or different movies and this and that and all that. So how in the world, and every DVD they have spent money? No, it's okay. This concept doesn't come. Same thing goes to your clothes, same thing goes to your shoes, same thing goes to your specs, same thing goes to everything what you accumulate. How to come out of that? Very difficult, but very easy exercise is there. For example, I have 50 sets of this cloth. For example, I don't have, but for example, I have. When I use this set of clothes, let me put a slip of today's 22nd of June 2025 and put in the pocket and wash and keep. Next time when I take out that set again, after how many months and years I am taking out that, people have clothes which they have not used for decades. And all of us have experienced that. I don't need to look at anyone. Why, you know? When a certain action becomes natural to you, it doesn't seem to be a vice, it doesn't seem to be an obstacle, because it has become your nature. That's why it is very difficult to rewind, very difficult to undo the habits which we created for ourselves. So, Tyakta Sarva Parigraha. There is a new thought now. Once your enjoyment cycle is over, then this aparigraha comes to you. In the West now, it's called, correct me, the minimalistic way of life. You are practically in a competition with how many minimum things I can live my life. 3 pairs of jeans, 2 pairs of this, like that. Whatever is required. And run the life within that. Shariram kevalam karma kurvan apnoti kilvisham. This action they do only for the maintenance of the body, not for the enjoyment of the. We don't have any end of enjoyment. So it is very difficult to come out of these clutches. Many times we say it may not be possible for everybody because of your station in life, because of your status in society, because this and that. If you cannot consciously do that, then at least within your jurisdiction, you can practice that. Secondly, when you start understanding the things which I have accumulated for my pleasure, I am no more getting pleasure from those things. Those things are using me now. I give an example. In front of me this happened. In India we have sometimes, here also, sometimes the area is little uneven, so little water pool will be there, small pool of water. Not so small that you can jump. So you have to walk through it. If it is little, your shoes will be little wet, but not completely drenched in it. So like this happened in India. A gentleman had come, so I went up to the gate to see him off, and there was a little pool of water. What he did, he removed the shoes, took the shoes in his hand, walked barefoot in that little accumulated water, 2 steps, went the other side, wiped the leg and wore the shoes. This happened, and my brain started working. You purchased the shoes to protect your feet. When a time came to protect your feet, you protected the shoes, not your feet. As if feet are replaceable and shoes is not. This is materialistic attitude. We totally forget for what the things I purchased. We had one Swami always cutting jokes. He says when they buy new shoes, first week cannot wear the shoes. Second week, jokes. Second week, wear the shoes on the bed. Third week, wear only within the house. Many people purchase the car and don't remove the plastic cover from the seat. That is the nature. Why? The thing starts consuming me. I was supposed to consume the thing. So that Swami told me, materialistic attitude is that when you swap your role, you were supposed to take help of the things which you purchase. You are supposed to protect yourself from the things you purchase. Instead of that accumulated things start consuming your time and your mental energy. And this happens in life of everyone. I don't need to give somebody's example, let me give my own example. This happened about 30 years before. One Swami came from Australia or somewhere and gave me a pen, Parker or some very expensive pen. Now my brain started working. If I put ink and start using, immediately the pen became a used pen or a second-hand pen. Believe me, I did not use the pen for almost 8 to 10 years and kept in my cupboard. One day I opened the cupboard to take something and I saw that pen. And a thought came in, what I am doing? You know, all of us have read this story, dog on the manger. Yeah? A dog standing on the heap of grass doesn't allow any cow to eat the grass also, and he also doesn't eat. I say, I'm a dog on the manger. I'm not using that pen. I'm not giving away to somebody also to use the pen. I must act faster on this. This is a very insignificant thing, but I must act on that. I took the pen, put on my pocket, and decided whoever first person I will see today who is eligible, means who is a student or somebody, I will give the pen. I came to my office, suddenly one boy came. Now he's a big bank officer. He came to me and says, Pranam Swamiji, today is my exam. Hey, this is the right time. I give him. Oh, such an expensive pen you are giving me. I said, please accept it and make me free out of it. Why? I was holding on to the pen without using that. This is materialistic attitude. You keep it. I am very fond of pen. So if you come to my office, I will 25, 30 ball pens are there every day using this. But you don't need to be consumed by that. So thing which is usable, if you don't use it, just give it to someone to use it. Nowadays people use and throw. We are a little old timer. Keep on changing the refill, use the same ball pen. So, Shariram kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilbisham. For the maintenance of the body, they do the work. There is no other purpose behind it. If that is the attitude, then karma cannot touch you. Yadrichha labha santushto. Spiritual life is difficult from this point of view. If you think this is spiritual life, okay, get up in the morning do little japa, evening do little japa, and do rest of the time whatever you are doing that you do. You will be satisfied in one way, but you cannot progress too far. If you are spiritual 24/7. Oh, morning 6 to 7, evening 6 to 7, I am spiritual. The rest of the time, I do, no, you cannot do that. Whether it is me or you, result is the same. Yadrichha labha santushto. One who is satisfied this is very difficult in modern time, especially in the developed countries, people cannot understand this. Though I am repeating, so you have to identify yourself and with your childhood days when life was very simple. To remain satisfied with what comes unasked. Lot of practices which used to have in our once upon a time, still it is there in some places. You know, in the places like Bengal, could be East Bengal, West Bengal, wherever, if you have a pond with fish, and Bengalis take fish, so they catch fish in the morning. Not all the fish you have caught will be consumed. So now what they do, they take some and remaining put back in the pond again. Earlier time they used to do it. Take out all the fish, take whatever you need to, remaining keep outside the house. Those who are needy will take it. When I was a child, we used to have different practices. You don't need to be a poor person to take that help. Many times they do it for the students. Those who are going to school, and the gentleman in front of his house will be with a big basket of bananas. Every student he will give one banana. Children are not poor, but he is serving the students. In a hot climate, I was thinking that also, now so much hot, can we start something? Then I said, no, Singapore may not allow you to do it. If you want to do it, again you buy the bottled water and distribute. We have a place in India, many places, where the cold water will be served to the passers-by. This is one kind of service. Then people started giving a small piece of jaggery or something along with that gives more energy. These were one type of service once upon a time. Now also we do, but in a little. Now the thing is, after September 11, Nobody believes anybody. So you cannot distribute anything which is loose. It must be packed, sealed, bottled. I cannot prepare sharbat and then distribute by hand. No. You buy the packet drinks and distribute. It's good in one way because hygiene and all this must be taken care. Yadrichha labha santushto. Why? If we are dissatisfied in what chance is bringing to us, it may be difficult in your case, but you also can practice it. How? If it is your nature, if you are not demanding in your household, no need to for the mission or sent ashram or something. Even in your own house, if you are not demanding, whatever food is cooked, you eat. Every day giving your, today I want to eat, tomorrow I want to eat this, tomorrow I want to eat this. There is no end of it. Dvandvatito. Try to be above these dualities. What is dualities? Air condition a bit more cold also problem. Not enough cool, that also problem. Always looking for that comfort and discomfort throughout. We had one Swamiji always jokingly telling, how God also cannot help you. Jokingly telling to us. Why? Oh, in the winter it is so cold, how to meditate? Oh, summer it is so hot, how to meditate? Oh, in the monsoon it is so stuffy, how to meditate? When God should create a fourth season for you, is it? That's why this concept came to tolerate these dualities, heat and cold, good and bad, comfortable, discomfortable. Up to certain extent you do it. No need to be completely free from that. Sometimes it happens. Little here and there. In Bengali there is a way of telling. In the cooked food, even salt is little less, the person becomes fire. Don't you know, you should give properly. Scold the maid, scold the wife, scold the daughter. Yeah, salt is there in front of you, just take little more love. Why you need to scold people for that? I remember one incident here, it happened in this dining hall. We had one Swamiji earlier, President Swamiji. So night dinner time, the cook came and served dal. Poor man, sometimes it happens by anybody. He forgot to put salt. So as soon as I tasted, I didn't even scold him. I just told him, hey, there is no salt in the dal. I just referred, I just told him, I didn't scold. President Swami is sitting next to me, looked at me and said, so what? So what if there is no salt? You are a monk. If you go and beg food in somebody's house, will you criticize the person that your food is not good? You take what comes to your plate. If you want, salt is there in front of you, take little. No need to mention in front of everybody and criticize him. Forget about scolding him. I said, sorry. I was correct, no? There was no salt. From this attitude, I told sorry. Why? This becomes habit. Not to be able to adjust with any discomfort. To tolerate this kind of simple discomfort is not a big deal. It is our nature to criticize. We do not know how many people suffer because of your behavior, correct? But we don't think that. We can't see our fault. We see others' fault only. There is a beautiful shloka. This quality of tolerating discomfort, there is a beautiful word in Sanskrit called titiksha. Titiksha is to undergo all the discomfort without grumbling and without getting disturbed in your mind. It's it's okay, it's your duty. Since I look after, say, hey, there is no salt. Yes, I told, yes, I should not have told. But I have no right to be angry because of somebody's fault. If that food, if you order to a caterer, you will dial the number and scold left and right, and he also will apologize, and bill is half and discount is 20% and all that. He lost only 20% of his profit. You lost your nature. And that is irreparable. So, sahanam sarvadukhanam apratigara purvakam chinta vilaparahitam, without grumbling, undergo it. We have so much God has given, so much is there. We always say that we cannot concentrate our mind is very much disturbed. Temple, below is a carpet, not discomfort. Aircon is there, comfortable. Beautiful fragrance is there, so nose also, nostril taken care. Decoration also is more or less good. Eyes are taken care. Because of temperature, skin is taken care. Music also is more or less in tune, not that much out of tune we sing. Ears also taken care. Everything is good. Still, mind will go out to Teka Market and Mustafa and house and office and everywhere. Nobody can teach you this concentration. That's why you find, I just give example of the temple. What more you want us to do? Made a very conducive, helpful atmosphere where all the five senses are taken care. The sight taken care, ears taken care, nose taken care, skin taken care, all the senses are taken care. Still mind goes out. Still mind doesn't want to be concentrated. That is not problem outside, that problem is within. Spiritual practice is to internalize all the problems and resolve it. If you cannot resolve and internalize, you become depressed. Whom to tell? Nobody can tell. I have to undergo, I have to tolerate. No, don't be that. It's better than to voice out. So idea is this, that the more and more external things disturb you, you won't be able to concentrate. There are many concepts. When you sit in the temple or in the temple of your own house, shrine, whatever you have, till everything around you become irrelevant. That is good state of mind. Every time things are not according to your choice. If you have a good big house, soundproof prayer room at home, it's okay. If you are staying somewhere where a lot of neighbors, noise, traffic noise is there, and you say because of that I am not able to concentrate, nobody stop driving vehicles for you. Nobody is going to stop talking because of you. We need to tolerate our surroundings and do our own spiritual practices. We'll take it next again. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.